The storm inside. A lonely man standing in the middle of a crowded modern city street during heavy rain at night, people pushing past him angrily, neon lights reflecting on wet roads, cinematic atmosphere, emotional tension, deep shadows, stoic mood, ultra-realistic, dramatic lighting, 16 by 9. Words like weapons. Close-up of angry people shouting at a calm man in a workplace office, papers flying, tense environment, but the man remains silent and emotionally controlled. Powerful cinematic lighting, realistic facial emotions, dark tones, 16 by 9. The Stoic Awakening. Ancient Greek library illuminated by warm candlelight. A wise Stoic philosopher reading scrolls peacefully while chaos happens outside the windows. Timeless wisdom atmosphere. Cinematic depth. Hyper-realistic. 16 by 9. Control your mind. A man meditating alone on a mountain cliff during sunrise. Strong wind moving his clothes. Peaceful face, symbolizing emotional mastery and inner strength. Cinematic composition. Golden sunlight, ultra-detailed, 16 by 9. Anger destroys the weak. A broken mirror reflecting an angry man screaming at himself. Emotional symbolism, dark cinematic room, dramatic contrast lighting structure, psychological tension, highly detailed realism, 16 by 9.
Silence is power. A Stoic warrior standing silently while people argue around him in a medieval town square. Calm expression, powerful posture, cinematic fog, emotional storytelling, realistic armor details. 16 by 9. Ignore the noise. A businessman walking confidently through a chaotic crowd full of angry faces and distractions. Everyone blurred except him. Focus and discipline theme. Cinematic depth of field, realistic modern city, 16 by 9. Emotional discipline. A close-up portrait of a calm man with half his face in shadow, eyes filled with wisdom and emotional control, dark cinematic background, intense realistic details, Stoicism aesthetic, 16 by 9. The fire cannot burn him. A man standing peacefully inside a symbolic ring of fire without fear, representing mental resilience and emotional invincibility. Epic cinematic lighting, ultra-realistic flames, dramatic atmosphere. 16 by 9. The power of detachment. A lonely monk walking through a snowy forest during winter. Calm expression despite harsh conditions. Stoic peace and emotional freedom. Cinematic realism. Cold blue tones, 16 by 9.
Let them talk. A confident man sitting calmly in a cafe while people around him gossip and whisper, but he remains emotionally untouched. Soft cinematic lighting, modern Stoic aesthetic, realistic. Pain creates strength. A man training alone in an abandoned gym at night, exhausted but determined. Sweat, emotional intensity, cinematic shadows, powerful Stoic energy, ultra-realistic muscles and lighting. 16:9. The mind above emotion. A symbolic scene of a man standing above dark storm clouds while sunlight shines on him from above, representing rising above negativity and emotions. Epic cinematic fantasy realism. 16:9. Nothing can disturb him. An old wise man sitting peacefully while chaos unfolds around him. Explosions, arguments, panic, but he remains calm and focused. Cinematic masterpiece, emotional contrast, ultra-realistic. 16:9. Become untouchable. Final epic shot of a Stoic man standing on top of a mountain at sunrise. Powerful posture, long coat blowing in the wind, symbolizing total emotional mastery and inner peace. Cinematic wide-angle shot, inspirational atmosphere, ultra-realistic. 16:9. Master your reactions. A calm, stoic man sitting alone in a dark room while glowing emotional chains try to pull him from every direction, but he breaks free with inner peace and self-control. Cinematic lighting, ultra-realistic, emotional symbolism. 16:9. The world tests everyone. A young man walking through heavy rain while people insult and mock him from the shadows, yet he keeps walking forward calmly without reacting. Emotional resilience theme, cinematic realism, moody atmosphere. 16:9. Calm mind, powerful soul. A close-up of a man closing his eyes peacefully while chaos and screaming faces fade away behind him. Powerful stoic energy, dramatic cinematic contrast, ultra-realistic details. 16:9. The strength of patience. Ancient Roman warrior standing silently before battle while others panic around him, symbolizing patience and discipline before conflict. Cinematic fog, epic realism, warm golden tones. 16:9. Nobody controls him. A businessman cutting invisible puppet strings attached to his body, symbolizing freedom from opinions and emotional manipulation. Dark cinematic office environment, highly detailed realism. 16:9. Peace over revenge. A man walking away calmly from an intense argument while the other person remains angry behind him. Emotional maturity and stoic wisdom. Cinematic storytelling, realistic lighting. 16:9. Built by hardship. A lone traveler climbing a dangerous snowy mountain during a storm, exhausted but mentally strong, symbolizing growth through suffering. Cinematic wide shot, epic atmosphere. 16:9. Emotional immunity. A stoic figure sitting peacefully underwater while the ocean rages violently above him. Symbolic emotional control and inner peace. Blue cinematic tones, ultra-realistic water effects. 16:9. The lion mentality. A calm lion sitting on a cliff during sunset while smaller animals fight below, symbolizing silent confidence and dominance. Cinematic wildlife realism, powerful atmosphere. 16:9. The power of self-control. A close-up of a hand stopping itself from smashing a broken object during anger, symbolizing discipline over emotion. Cinematic detail, realistic textures, dark background. 16:9. Focus on what you control. A man standing peacefully inside a storm while holding a glowing lantern, symbolizing clarity and control over the mind. Cinematic weather effects, ultra-realistic scene. 16:9. Silence defeats ego. A wise old philosopher calmly drinking tea while arrogant men argue loudly around him. Emotional contrast, stoic peace, cinematic indoor lighting, highly detailed realism. 16:9. Unshakable mindset. A powerful stoic warrior standing against massive ocean waves crashing around him. Fearless expression, symbolizing emotional strength. Epic cinematic realism, dramatic atmosphere. 16:9. Freedom from negativity. A man breaking out of a dark cage made of smoke and negative thoughts, walking toward bright sunlight. Symbolic transformation and mental freedom. Cinematic fantasy realism. 16:9. The final Stoic. An ancient philosopher standing above the world under a glowing sunrise sky, calm face filled with wisdom, symbolizing total emotional mastery and peace. Ultra-cinematic masterpiece, realistic details, inspirational ending shot. 16:9.